All right, what's good, man? Let's get into it. It is literally 2 o'clock right now, or 3 o'clock right now, and I have to make a video about James Harden going to the Clippers. Are you serious right now? Daryl Morey, you couldn't wait until at least maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock East Coast time? Isn't Philly on East Coast? Why are you trading James Harden at 2 o'clock in the morning? For what? Did James Harden drunk call you and curse you out or something? But let's get into this. Does anybody really care about James Harden go to the Clippers? This ain't 2017 anymore. It's not even the year he was with the when he was with the Nets. James Harden is washed. He's beyond horrible. Go ask and look at this big three. Look at this big three. Now, granted, if this big three happened, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, then you know what? It has my attention. If the Clippers would have got all these players 5 to 6 years ago, then maybe. Because all these guys, except for Kawhi, but Kawhi's not a leader himself, are all known for choking in the playoffs. Then I'll be like, you know what? The Clippers got my attention. You got a prime Harden, you got a prime Paul George, and you got a prime Kawhi. But guess what, people? This ain't 2018. This ain't 2019. It's not even 2021. It's not even 2019. It's not even 2020. It's 2023. Paul George has played like 13 games all last year. Kawhi Leonard has played less than that. And James Harden chokes in the play. He's James Harden. He's James Harden. What is there to say about this? Absolutely nothing. I actually want to give a congratulations to Philly because Philly actually did something right. They got off of this bum. Because that's all he is. He's a bum. He's trash. James Harden hasn't been good since 2018 when he won the MVP with the Rockets. I mean, James Harden is that woman in her mid-30s who's trying to find a guy who has a decent job and to get married to him and live out that fantasy of being a wife because she spent all of her 20s being a hoe. Let's be for real. Like, come on. No one cares about James Harden going to the Clippers, and it's going to fail. I mean, listen, I called it. The reason why they're trading for James Harden is A, because once again, James Harden still has star power. I don't know how. When I made my James Harden video saying that he sucks and that, I kind of took up for Daryl Morey, people were saying, oh, he lied to him. For some reason, James Harden still has this sicker fan base. I don't know why. He hasn't done anything in the last 5 years, but that's besides the point. The Clippers are going to sign James Harden because James Harden still plays every single game in the regular season. So they're going to have James Harden out there with Paul George and James Harden out there with Kawhi. So both of them can load manage while James Harden is the Iron Man on that team. And they're going to get bounced in the first round by the Nuggets, by the Lakers, by the Suns, by the Warriors. If Memphis comes back healthy, if the Pelicans go to the playoffs, if OKC comes back healthy, I might even take the Timberwolves over the Clippers. The Clippers are not good. They're not good. James Harden is going to choke. Kawhi Leonard's knees are going to collapse. And Paul George is going to think of some way not to play and say something corny where I have to roast them before the playoffs. This Clipper team is beyond dumb. No one cares about this team anymore. No one cares. I'll give Daryl Morey credit. I mean, he traded James Harden, so it is what it is. But at the same time, what is that? Can we just admit that the Clippers are a failure? I mean, I think we all admitted it last year or the year before that, but can we finally admit the Clippers are a failure? We thought Kawhi and Paul George were going to take LA by storm. You didn't take LA by storm. The only thing you took was millions of dollars from Jerry West and the owner of the Clippers. That's all you took, which, I mean, hey, get your money. I'm not knocking Kawhi and PG for getting their money. I'm all about getting your money. But at the same time, to sit here and act like James Harden is going to do anything is beyond stupid. What did they give up for him? I have no idea what they gave up for him. I'm actually going to look it up right now because I literally just woke up and saw on Instagram that they traded for James Harden. I want to see what they got for James Harden. So the Sixers get Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, KJ Martin, multiple draft picks. Clippers get James Harden, PJ Tucker. So they got PJ Tucker in this draft. But here's my question, though. What draft pick did you guys give up? Because there's no way Daryl Morey traded James Harden for not a first rounder. But here's the problem with the Clippers. They don't have a first rounder until 2026. That's the last time they have a first rounder in 2026. So you're telling me you gave up a 2026 and 2027, 28 draft. So you basically gave up a whole decade of draft picks for a bad knees Kawhi, a washed up Paul George, and a overweight James Harden. And no wonder why. Listen, say what you want about the Lakers. Say what you want to say about LeBron or whatever the case may be. The Clippers are such a dysfunctional bottom basement dweller team. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. They gave up all of that for a washed up James Harden just to get bounced in the second round. And maybe they might even lose in the play-in. Are we sure they're going to make the seeding? Because Nuggets, Lakers, Golden State. I'm telling you, the Mavericks are going to have a seeding. The Timberwolves are going to have a seeding. Memphis, that's 5 teams. The Suns, that's 6 teams right there. The Kings, that's 7 teams right there. OKC might have a seeding before them. If the Pelicans can stay healthy, Zion. If Zion can stay healthy, they're going to have a seeding. That's 10 teams right there that I just named that might have a seeding above the Clippers. Off the simple fact they're young, they play every game and they want to play, unlike Kawhi Leonard. And listen, Ty Lue, listen, Ty Lue, you're not a good coach either, bro. You're not a good coach either. Besides that 1 year, besides the LeBron years, you haven't really done anything. You haven't done anything. You're just a lighter version of Doc Rivers. That's really it. That's really it. Now you have to deal with the head case that we call James Harden. I actually kind of feel bad for you, bro. You know what, Ty Lue? Maybe you should have went back to LeBron. Because at least with LeBron, you would have went to a Western Conference championship and you would have won a finals. But instead, you like Ty Lue, look at yourself in the mirror. You have a overweight diva, James Harden. You have Paul George, who is so emasculated, it's not even funny. And Kawhi Leonard has bad knees like an old lady. And who barely talks within himself and is not a leader. None of these guys are leaders. Who is the leader on this team? Because Ty Lue ain't no leader, because we all know LeBron was the leader on those Cavs teams. This is beyond. I can't. I'm not shocked that they traded him. I'm just so once again, I want to know. They said multiple first round. They said multiple draft picks. I want to know what draft picks, because there's no way Daryl Morey let James Harden go out the window if they didn't get at least one first rounder, at least one first unprotected or a top 3 pick in the NBA draft in 2026. Because they're going to trade Embiid next. And go check out my Embiid video where I say he's either getting traded to the Mavericks or Golden State. And I'm gonna tell you this: if I'm right and Joel Embiid gets traded to at least the Western Conference, whatever team it is, I believe it's either gonna be Golden State or the Mavericks. Clippers stand no chance. Clippers stand no chance. That's what you should have traded for, Clippers. You should have got Joel Embiid. Now, if you guys got Joel Embiid, then you know what? Even though Kawhi and PG are, past their prime, I'm like, you know what? They can still do some damage, and they got the MVP. But at the same time, you got big boy James Harden with his stupid beard that he should have shaved years ago. And you know what? Shout out to Philly. Philly, you got rid of James Harden. You got rid of that. And then if you guys can maybe salvage Joel Embiid and maybe get a real point guard with him, maybe you guys can do something. Maybe go get him a leader. Go get him something. Because I knew James Harden was going to work, because you got a choker in Embiid. Like, Embiid needs a guy. He needs a Kobe. He needs someone like that. He needs a Chauncey. Allen Iverson. Someone who takes all the smoke and takes all the media heat. Now, isn't Westbrook on this team? So wait. So you have a team of washed up Harden, washed up Westbrook, washed up Kawhi Leonard, and washed up PG. Good luck, because James Harden wasn't in that article. I mean, not James Harden. Russell Westbrook wasn't in that article. So you're gonna have Russ at the 1, Harden at the 2, PG at the 3, And maybe Kawhi at the 4? Please. That's my thoughts, man. What are yours? Let me know if you care about this trade. Let me know if you honestly think the Clippers are going to do anything. RJ out.